everybody, and welcome to the Karting League, also known as ACK, and it's the pre-season event. And I'm sorry we're delayed, but you know that's what a pre-season event is. It's a chance for drivers, old and new, to start the series and come together, prepare for the start of a new 10-round championship that takes place in the virtual world of Centre Corsa. We have over 36 entries for today's event, and I'd say the entries just keep coming. We've got even more. We've got 42, I think, now almost. As ever, we're using the Pialigio Mod Sony SR Series car. You can find out more about it in the description of the YouTube video. Spa Karting is a home to many sprint endurance championships, and certainly provides some exciting racing during season one of the championship. Feel free to get involved with the Discord yourself and the championship, and see if you can take on the likes of the champions of season one as we get involved with season two of the championship. And one exciting time. I mean, you know, season one came and went really fast, and there was plenty of action to be had. But now we're looking, as ACK organisers, to take it to the next level and bring amazing virtual karting races to your screen. We've got 10 rounds of the championship, and today is a pre-season event where, you know, it's a chance for drivers to get used to the track and get used to how the karts work. You know, as we see people start to take on, maybe it's their first time ever sort of sim racing. So it's an exciting thing as we see, you know, a mix of sim racers and maybe real racers coming into their first ever sort of races. We have, in the format today, we have quite a hard to explain format, but it will make sense the more we look into it. We have a Super Pole qualifying coming up, with you do one lap of the track and see what lap time you can get, followed then by a 5-minute race. And in the 5-minute race, you finish in the top half, you'll move to the A final, and then drivers who unfortunately are not as fast will move into the B final for a 25-minute final race. And in that 25-minute race, they have to do several joker laps to decide to break up the field, and of course the winners will be the people who finish at the front. We're just waiting now for the drivers to finish their Super Bowl qualifying lap, as they're currently just setting up their lap, just making a gap, just seeing if they can get their lap times through. But we're just waiting now as drivers now come across the line. You can see the sector times, and we're waiting. We are waiting for them to come through. We have several drivers in this, including Jim Parasis, who is the champion of season one of ACK. And you know, we're expecting him to probably do really well in this race. We've got Bill Tusinodis, who was a top challenger in the first season of ACK. Gabriel Quinter making a return. Gabriel Quinter, quite a popular UK driver for the team Bradley Shepherd Racing, BSR. Jacob Eckriel, a BSR junior, also taking part in this qualifying session. We've got Peyton Fricker, the Fetici Racing driver. We've got Danny Chu, the Monegascan driver. As they're now on their qualifying laps, we're going to find out who is on pole position, and we're expecting, you know, maybe sort of high 57s for their Super Bowl qualifying. Not too sure, you know, what they can do. We've been seeing lots of testing. Jim Paris is top of the timesheets there as well. Jacob Eckriel was looking good in testing as well, so I'm expecting a good lap time from him. But we're now seeing everyone heading towards the line, and we're going to wait now. So the first across the line, Jim Paris with the 57.730. Will he be beaten? No. Bill goes to second. David Roger now across the line. David Roger with a 58.3 goes to third. Now we're waiting for Gabriel Quinter. Gabriel Quinter across the line with a 58.8, stays in fourth. Jacob Eckriel with a 58.851 to the bottom. Danny Chu 59.5. Can anybody beat Jim Paris this time? It doesn't look like it at the moment. We wait for Mate to come across the line. Mate, he is not going to improve on that. Looking at the sector times at the moment, no, with a 59.5. Peyton Fricker next across the line. What will his lap time be? It's looking good. He actually has a purple. Peyton Fricker goes to second. Brilliant lap time there, 57.8. That's a fantastic lap time from a driver who is making his ACK debut today. Fantastic. We're waiting on one more driver to cross the line. We're waiting, and it doesn't actually know he's on a minute lap time. Doesn't look good. No, he hasn't finished his lap time. And I'm getting the news at the moment that we're looking to restart the session. This is something that I'm not sure about myself. I'm getting this news. Let's have a. This is why we do a preseason test. We do a preseason test because yeah, things go wrong, unfortunately, and yeah. So it looks like to me the server has been restarted. I'm just waiting for confirmation at the moment. Suppose we talk about something else once we get a chance. No, the ACK, it was born in January of this year, and it's based around the organizer Jan A. Lemons, who brought together, people to start racing. And it turns out that it was actually quite a popular thing with 20 drivers at the first round when it was held at Daytona Sandown. And from there it grew, and then we got over 300 members in the Discord. So I'd really encourage anybody out there to get involved, as we're just now seeing drivers now join back to the server. We're waiting on info on my side, because I'm not quite sure. I'm completely in the dark here commentating. Um, but yeah, we've seen great growth over the series, and we're now just entering season two, where we're planning a lot more things. Things will be a lot more, hopefully, professionally run in the future. I'm just here doing the commentating, so don't shoot the commentators, they say. But yeah, we used the Pierre Ligio Sodi SR4 car. I believe Pierre was working on this for over a year, and it really does resemble what a real kart should feel like, at least in my opinion. No commentator's bias there, but I've driven thousands of laps in that car, and I find that it's quite a good kart to run. So we're waiting now. It seems to be we're in a waiting room now in practice, and we are waiting for the start now of the next race, or qualifying session, should I say. So we're expecting 19 drivers. At the moment, we haven't got 19, but we're still waiting. Um, and we've got 50 seconds at least here now, until we're expecting everybody on track. Um, can't give you many details at the moment. What can I talk about in the meantime? So coming into season two, we have 10 rounds of the championship, and we've got some very varying tracks, and different places that we're going to be racing this season, which is quite entertaining. But we start with next Tuesday, at Daytona Sandown, a popular outdoor UK track, and then we'll move to Vandel Go Kart a week later on a Thursday, and then we will have a week's break, and then we will move to Team Sport Liverpool, another indoor track on the calendar. Last year we didn't run Team Sport Liverpool, we ran Team Sport Preston last season, but this time we're trying Team Sport Liverpool. And then for round four, we're moving to the outdoor huge track of South Garda in Italy, where last season we saw some exciting races there too, and the lap times were massively varied. So there's so much to look forward to, and we're expecting Spa to be round 6 for next season once again. So we're almost at the point now of qualifying. We are just waiting on probably a few more names. There seems to be a great deal. I gotta say though, looking at the qualifying times of the first session before we restarted, Peyton Fricker seems to be massively unlucky, I would say, with that. I think he really deserved that second place. He really hope now that once we go again for qualifying that he performs, and maybe he could even go to pole this time. A second chance for everybody. You never know. So we're really close now to hopefully starting. We're now in sort of the waiting space between now and qualifying. And we can see we've got 11 drivers at the moment in and ready to go, but we're waiting on a few more at the moment. 19 people have signed up to be in this A group, so hopefully everybody in the B group is ready to go, because at the moment at least, with only 11 drivers, only a few will be making the B final, as the top half of the drivers, when what's meant to be 19, were going, due to race, and then only the top, 10 or 9 were going to make the A final. But at the moment, it seems like almost everybody in this race is going to make the A final. So, looking through my book at the moment, trying to find some stats to give you whilst we wait. In practice, we saw 6,500 laps of the track, which completely 50 drivers took part in qualifying at the moment. And we announced this round quite late, the pre-season tests. So it's interesting to see so many drivers take part. And unfortunately, we couldn't get 50 plus for this pre-season round, but I would say 40 was a great number. We're just waiting now, as we're almost ready to go for qualifying, I believe. Just So at the moment, what we're looking at as well, fastest lap of practice, might as well talk about that. We got a 51.130 from Jim Paris. I believe that is faster than his lap time for the season 1 time at Spa, but we are using soft tyres, and that is very different to when we were using medium compounds the first time. So we're still waiting at the moment, and I believe now we will be starting qualifying. Yes, we will. Now, will we see Peyton Fricker come back again and manage to get second place? That was a really fast time. I can't remember what exact time it was, but it was fast, and that's what matters. You know, we see Sam Gaskell. Sam Gaskell, a popular sim racing driver himself. He hasn't filled out a form, so I'm not sure exactly the names of the forms of the series is. So we're waiting now. You know, the warm-up lap is an important lap, but people need to make a gap, and hopefully they do. We've had a lot of debate around this because, you know, when we base a series around so many European drivers, we have drivers who compete in one-shot qualifying a lot in all the series around, you know, their local tracks, and in other series where they've never done one before. So there's been a big debate going into this series if the one-shot qualifying is the best way forward, and at the moment, I would say, you know, it does benefit some drivers and some it doesn't. Some drivers are just used to doing multiple laps and trying to get what they need, but you know, you only have one lap here, so you need to make a gap to the driver in front. You've got plenty of time. The rulebook states for the series, as long as you start your qualifying lap before the leader comes around to finish theirs, it's a valid lap time. So we are waiting now for drivers to start their lap. Who will be first across the line? Who will be fastest as well? That's the question. We've got Sam Gaskell. Sam Gaskell will be the first driver to complete his lap, and he's now halfway around it. Purple sector, though, currently gone to Jim Paris with 70.887. Will that be beaten? You know, Peyton Fricker, I'm looking at his times at the moment. He's not lighting up the timesheets in the first sector. So we're waiting now, and there's no other purples at the moment coming through. Jim Paris is still going for the lead, and he's purple in the second sector as well. So here we go. Sam Gaskell's going to come around the last corner, and we're going to find out what his lap time will be. Sam Gaskell will go across the line now, and he will set a 57.4. That is a fast time to do on the Super Pole. Arthur Langley across the line. Jim Paris goes pole, in fact, 57.419. That's a fast time. Arthur Langley not quite out. Peyton Fricker not as fast this time, 58.4. He's down. Noah Sparks to the 59. Arthur Langley still in 6th place. We're waiting on Danny Chu. Danny Chu cross line with a 1 minute. Unlucky. And Hugo Morales goes to 3rd. Fantastic for him. But we're waiting on some drivers. Gabriel Quinter, will he set a time? Yes, Gabriel Quinter, we are waiting on. He's the next driver. Or Pierluigi De Sante. He is also yet to come across the line. We've got 13 drivers in this race now. David Roger will be the last. Gabriel Quinter will be the next driver across the line. I'm just looking at the moment, trying to see how it fits in. We're waiting. Gabriel Quinter goes to 6th. No, he drops. No, Gabriel Quinter, yes, in 6th position at the moment. So it's Jim Paris from Sam Gaskell from Hugo Morales at the moment. Fantastic. And Sam Gaskell has set a 3rd lap time. Now, you're not allowed to do that. It was in the briefing. You were not allowed to set another lap time, but he set one anyway, which is, well, you know, I don't want to call things on stream, but it's against the rules. So Sam Gaskell's going to have to be investigated for that, I would say. You're not supposed to be setting a 3rd lap time, or at least a representative lap time, I would say. So this needs to be investigated and will be investigated, I'm sure. But that is the end of qualifying. So we expected Jim Paris to be on pole, and at the moment it's Sam Gaskell, but he will have to be investigated for that. So at the moment, that's finishing order. I'm just to be honest with you, I'm just looking through the rulebook right now and just making sure we get this right. But yeah, judging by the chat at the moment, I would say that yes, it's not right that he has set a 3rd lap time. So we're just waiting on confirmation of that now. I'm sure Victor behind the scenes is dealing with that. And yeah, I don't want to. You never want to call things out. I really hope that everybody does, if they take part in the Assetto Corsa karting series, watch the briefing video, because that's probably the most important thing. And if you don't watch the briefing video, unfortunately, you will be penalised. So for now, I will say Sam Gaskell is under investigation. Arthur Langley also set a 3rd lap time, and it was his best lap time as well. So that will also have to be investigated, I would say. Just looking at the times now, he seemed those two the only drivers who seemed to set a lap time. So that's okay. We will now wait for the race, and so now it's just a 5-minute sprint race, and in the 5-minute sprint race, the top half of drivers will make the A final, whereas the lower half will unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it's a great practicing zone, the B final. I myself have been in multiple B finals. I won my last B final, so we're now waiting, and we are waiting on the grid for the start of the race. So we still have Sam Gaskell on the pole at the moment. I can't speak for that side of things at the moment. As far as I'm concerned, he is pole and he will be starting pole for this race. Jim Paris will be in 2nd. In 3rd, we got Hugo Morales, and in 4th, we got David Roger. Bill Tusinodis in 5th, Arthur Langley, who is being investigated, in 6th for setting that extra lap time. Gabriel Quinta, the Portuguese driver, in 7th. Peyton Fricker, you have to feel for. He was up there in qualifying. He set a fantastic 57-second lap time, but now is down in 8th and at risk of dropping into the B final. Jacob Eckrell in 9th. He will want to get into the A final, I'm sure. We got Mario in 10th. And in 11th, we got Noah Sparks and Danny Chu in 12th. Mate in 13th, and we were expecting more drivers at this point. Disappointed to see less, but we are ready to go in 42 seconds for the race. It's going to be an interesting race, but quite a short one. 5 minutes. You think how fast 5 minutes can go by. I think we're going to get about 5 to 6 laps of running. What will happen in those 5 to 6 laps, I'm not sure. You'd expect some drivers towards the front just to stay honest and don't make too many mistakes. It's all about that final race, with the Joker laps and how they go. So you don't want to take big risks. But we are almost ready to go. It is 10 seconds to go till the first race. I say of the ACK season, but it's the pre-season event, and we've made already lots of mistakes. We will fix them before round 1, I promise you. But we're ready to go here. This is what it's all about. ACK pre-season is a go, and Jim Paris is on pole now. It's Sam Gaskell has dropped to 5th. So it seems like his lap time was deleted, but we're going towards the first corner. I do not know the names of the corners at Spa, but Jim Paris leads this race. David Roger in 2nd from Hugo Morales as they come down the back straight. You'd expect drivers to just keep it clean at this point. Don't take any risks. But we see a dive bomb down the inside, and we're expecting... and Jim Paris is doing a little bit of defending. Nothing too much at the moment. David Roger not sitting around, though. He wants that lead. Will he take the lead, though? That's the question at the moment, as Jim Paris sets the purple sector. So, we're looking at the moment, drivers coming through. We're waiting for the position changes. We haven't got them at the moment. Sam Gaskell does set a purple middle, and he's up to 3rd. Hugo Morales is in 4th. David Roger 5th. Arthur Langley 6th. It's very much as you are at the back as well. Peyton Fricker has dropped to 10th. We could be back. We could be back. Just waiting on confirmation that we're back. I am listening out. My producer is telling me we're back. So haven't got long in this race to go, but we've seen a lot happen at the moment. You know, Jim Parsons is still leading. He's got a good gap at the moment, a good 5-second gap to Bill. Yes, we are back. I have confirmation we are back. So Jim Parsons is leading the race. Bill Tusnodas is in second place. Gabriel Quinta has moved up to third. That is fantastic. I've been trying to sort things out in the background, so I haven't noticed that he has moved up to third. That's fantastic from him. Peyton Fricker in fourth. And I just see a spin on the screen, but I don't know who that is. Trying to work it out. I think that is Peyton Fricker. Peyton Fricker moves down the order, I believe. At the moment, we're not quite sure, but the leader is on the final lap. Jim Parsons. To be honest with you, he stayed out of the action at the moment, and he's probably going to take the win here by quite a comfortable distance. Jim Parsons. We are going to get 5 laps, it looks like, in the next race as well. But Jim Parsons has crossed the line, and he takes the checker flag to win. Fantastic win from him, out in front. Jacob Eckrell there in third position. Bill Snow to finish in second, fantastic result. But Jacob Eckrell finished in third. He will start on the third row for the final, to the A final. Gabriel Quinta finishes fourth. These are all results are provisional, I must say, so maybe there are some penalties to apply. But Gabriel Quinta is fourth position. He will start on the fourth row of the A final. Matej Chaplot coming in fifth, fantastic. Danny Chu in sixth. That is another fantastic result for Danny Chu. He deserves it. He is a legendary driver of the ACK already after a great first season. Hugo Morales in seventh. We have Noah Sparks in eighth. Peyton Fricker, you have to feel for him. He's in ninth position. I think we need to take another look at that move, see how it went. I wasn't sure. I was too busy looking at the live timings, but Peyton Fricker in ninth position. That could be good enough for the A final. Depends on the attendance of the next race. You never know. But we've got Mario in 10th. We've got Arthur Langley in 11th. David Roger in 12th. Unfortunate result for him, starting from third. Sam Gaskell is 13th. Now, Sam Gaskell was investigated before the race start, so I'm not sure what happened to him, but he has taken the checkered flag as David Roger finishes the race. So that's it from the first race. We had a few issues here or there, but we are committed to fixing those things before the official round 1 next week. So we're going to now go away, have an intermission, have a break, make sure Group 2 is ready to go and we get all drivers in. Let's get a full race. Let's get a seamless transition, and let's get racing for the second race. So don't go anywhere, and let's enjoy the next qualifying race coming soon. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the extended break once again, but we were quicker this time. We might as well be open and honest about some of the issues we've had. We've had a lot of new drivers in the championship recently, and when you join the ACK League, you have to sign up with a Steam ID, so we actually know who you are when you're racing. And we had a lot of drivers who've joined, and maybe they're not as tech savvy or they don't quite understand it. But we found a lot of these drivers haven't really gave us the information that we need so we can actually put them into the servers. So that's why we've had such big delays tonight, because we've had to go around and chase people for their Steam IDs, and it's disappointing. But this is exactly why we test, and this is exactly why we've done a bit of a pre-season test to make sure that, because imagine if this was round one, it wouldn't be great. So I'm glad we're getting this out of the way really early, and we can now focus on just another sort of testing, qualifying here, seeing what's going on, and as we get ready for next week when we're at Daytona Sandown, the popular UK track. So really exciting stuff to come. So qualifying's about to end. Qualifying has ended, in fact, and we are now going to wait for the start of the Super Bowl qualifying. Hopefully, if some drivers are watching the stream, they can hear me. It's one lap and one lap only. We saw Sam Gaskell last time set 2 laps for his qualifying, and also Arthur Langley, and both had to serve penalties. And now we have to, and they're still under investigation for that, I believe, as well, and that will be sorted out before the finals. Well, in this qualifying, we have, at the moment, we currently have 14 drivers. Again, a fantastic attendance. A few, unfortunately, had to drop out, but it's only the pre-season, so it's not too bad. Nico Titch is a driver who, had a win last season in season 1, so we're going to expect him towards the front for this qualifying session. Ben Paynes, the popular UK driver, is in this qualifying session. We've got Louis Cruz, Pierligio De Sante, the creator of the mod, Mikola Vlashenko, a regular of season 1, Hector, another regular. We've got Adrian Santamaria, a new driver to the championship, I believe. Peter Montan, a fairly new driver, I believe, but he did a few races. We've got the famous, at least in my opinion, Adam Sherpin, grand finalist at the FRKC in real life, but is he good in the game just like he is in real life? We've got Zach Llewellyn, a new driver to the championship. Haven't heard about Zach before, so what's he going to produce? We've got Dennis Orcamidas, a regular in the season 1, and then we've got Victor Stanchev. Victor Stanchev has worked so hard, and fair play to him tonight for chasing around those Steam IDs. Listen, if I've been through it, he's been through it too. So thank you so much. We should all be thanking Victor for his efforts tonight. He's put so much effort into the bot and the Discord, and so much into just the server itself to try and bring this championship to a new level. And finally, we got Jamie Chase. Jamie Chase, one of the drivers who I'm going to call out, didn't have their Steam ID and wrote "I don't know" in the box for their Steam ID. Been very, very useful for me, to be honest with you. So we're starting the qualifying laps now. Nico Titch is first across the line, and Ben Paynes, so Pierligio is second across the line. So we're going to see the first lap from Nico Titch. What can he produce? He's a driver who challenged the champion Jim Paris, didn't quite get to him, joined quite late, but this season will be looking to win the championship. He's had some fantastic results so far. Pierligio will be second across the line. We're expecting Ben Paynes third across the line if all goes well. Adam Sherpit's only left a sort of 1.5 second gap to Ben Paynes. A lot of trust in the new driver to the championship to be following him along. You hope he doesn't make a mistake and unfortunately drop back, and Adam Sherpit might be in trouble with that at the moment, as we're now expecting Nico Titch across the line in roughly about 5 seconds, and there's been a mistake on the last corner. We need to investigate that, but here we go. Crossing the line, Nico Titch cross the line with in fact, that could have been Nico Titch who didn't cross the line. No, Nico Titch did. 57.8 from Nico Titch. Not fast. Pierligio, though, we're expecting next across the line. Could he top that? Pierligio crossing the line. The timing lines are a bit slow here. 58.5 from Pierligio. Not fast enough. Ben Paynes, though, I'm excited to see what this produces. Ben Paynes goes to the top of the 57.8. Fantastic lap from him. That's a great lap. Adam Sherpin only in third with a 57.9. Nico Titch holds on to second place. Louis Cruz into fourth. We're waiting for more drivers. Peter Rooney, only a 1 minute lap time. That's going to put him down the order. We're waiting on more drivers now as we see more drivers. Just 59 from Dennis. Unfortunately, Mikala with a 59.4 into fourth place. We're waiting for a few more drivers. Jamie Chase being one of them. In fact, Jamie Chase could be one of two. Jamie Chase goes to 10th with a 1:13. He had a mistake on his lap, clearly. We're waiting on Zach Llewellyn. Zach Llewellyn could be one of the last drivers. He's only just started his lap, so we're waiting to see what he produces. Well, he's coming down the final corner, and we're waiting. Victor Stanchev, another, and I've just seen a crash at the last corner. So, that's Zach Llewellyn has hit the barrier on the last corner. So, unfortunately, he's probably going to start from the back for this race. So that looks like that's the end of qualifying. Victor Stanchev did set a lap time, but he did tell me that he hasn't got a wheel out, as Zach Llewellyn does set a 1:10.3. Unfortunate for Zach, but he can make it back in the race, absolutely. This is why we have a short sprint race after qualifying. So if you make a mistake, you have a chance to bring it back forward. So let's go from the top. We've got Ben Paynes. Ben Paynes is on pole with a 57.820. That's a fantastic lap time as Nico Tichu finished in the top 5 of the last championship, only with 57.836. Has to start in second place on the outside. Adam Sherpa in third. We've got Louis Cruz in fourth, followed by Adrian Santamaria in fifth. Pierre Ligeot, the kart creator, with a 58.5. We know he's quicker than that. Starts sixth, so he's one to watch. Mikola Vashlenko in seventh. We've got Dennis in eighth. Peter Maroney in ninth. Jamie Chase starting in 10th, but he won't stay there. We expect him to go forward because he does have good lap times in him. We got Hector in 11th. Zach Llewellyn unfortunately hitting the barrier on the last corner, starting 12th. And Victor, who didn't, he did finish a lap, but he unfortunately didn't finish his second lap time. And we got Harrison Fisher, who is in the server, but he hasn't set a lap time, so he will start from the back for the race. So once again, we've got a short 5-minute race here, which will then lead into a much longer. We'll probably reduce down the time slightly for today, just to get it done a little bit earlier. But it will be a and B final. Unfortunately, you will not see the B final tonight, as only the A final will be broadcasted. But we're going to see who will win the first race of the preseason. And it's important to note as well that at the moment, these drivers are graded based on how well they perform in things such as the preseason or how fast they've been able to produce lap times. We've seen drivers like Ben Paynes, who has told me that he wants to be a silver class driver. So we have three. In fact, we have 3 classes this season. We have gold class for the top drivers, and we have silver class for the drivers who, they're very comfortable in the car, but they're not quite a winning driver, and they want to start in silver. And then finally, we've got the bronze class drivers, the new drivers, the ones who want to prove themselves and get used to the car at least. So Ben Payne's already on pole position. I mean, that's a hefty thing to take, and he told me he wants to be a silver driver. But if you're qualifying pole position for the first race of the year, that's a gold standard to me. Absolutely. Looking down the order, you look at drivers like Adam Sherpa. Adam Sherpa will not stay in third place. He will want to win this race. Absolutely. So we're getting ready for the race now. We're finally getting into the second race of the day. It's 6 lights in the set, of course, as Nick Simsky pointed out, but we're waiting. Let's see what happens here, as Ben Paynes will lead them away, followed by Nico Titch. The race has started, and we're going to wait for them to come through the first corner. Let's try and keep it clean here, everybody. As we come to the first corner, Nico Titch is in first. Ben Paynes on the outside. And into the first corner. It's looking okay at the moment. No contact at the back. Absolutely fine. Seeing it, I just come down to the middle section of the track, and there's a bit of defending on the front. Defending, I see. As Adam Sherpa is in third, he's now going to start to put pressure on Ben Paynes. If that is Ben Paynes in second, as we go into the corner, and Ben Paynes goes for it, and his contact, and Ben Paynes is spun round. And there's all sorts of, there's everything going on there. I don't even know what to say. As they go 4 wide into the next corner. Jamie Chase is there at the back. I'm not sure he's got an issue at the moment. As Adam Sherpa survived in third position. I'm not sure who is leading. I believe it is Nico Titch at the moment. As we exit this first lap, there's a lot of carnage. You've got to be clean in karting, but it's even harder when it's in the virtual world. As we see Louis Cruz, thinks about a move, but doesn't quite get there. We're on the back straight. We can give you a finishing order or a starting order at least. Pierre Ligeot leads the race from Adam Sherpa. Adrian Santamaria is up to a fantastic third. Louis Cruz in fourth. We've got Hector in fifth. Peter Maroney in sixth. Ben Paynes has dropped down the order. Now he's at the risk of being in the B final. He is in 8th position. He was just sandwiched. There's nothing much to say about that one. We'll have to try and watch it back if we can. We'll have to get some replays in this. There's some suggestions for my technical team. So we have the leader, Pierre Ligeot. He made the car. He must know how to drive these cars the best they can. we're missing one driver in particular at the moment, Nico Tech. Not sure where he is at the moment. We do believe he is up there, but we just don't know where. Adam Sherpa, though, we do know is in second place. And these two drivers, listen, you don't want to fight in this type of environment. You just want to get to that A final, because that in the main championship is where the points are scored. So we're expecting a bit of a calmer race now, with 2 minutes 56 on the clock. Shouldn't be too long till we find out. But let's talk down the order. We've got Ben Paynes in 8th at the moment. Pierre Liggio, Adam Sherpa is currently still in second place. Pierre Liggio is the leader, and with a fast lap time of 57.9. So tyres will start to come into it. We do believe they start with cold tyres, and they do warm as the session goes on. Talking down the order, my timing screen is all over the place, but we got, I believe, Adrian Santamaria in 3rd. Louis Cruz is in 4th. Hector up to a fantastic 5th, you know, up from 10th. Great result for him so far. Nico Tich is 6th, and we just see an overtake on screen as Hector does make a mistake, and we believe that is Nico Tich up into 5th position, which would be great. And we're waiting on other drivers too. We believe at the moment, because of attendances, don't know what's going on screen there, but because of a slightly lower attendance, you know, the A final might have a different cut-off tonight. I did promise that 9th place was going to be good enough for an A final, but I'm not sure it's going to be anymore. Dennis down in 12th. You wouldn't expect him to stay there either, and he has 1 minute and 50 seconds to sort that out. As we now start lap 4 of the race, Pierre Liggio out in a clear lead now with Adam Sherpa in 2nd. Once again, driving fantastically, setting purple sectors. Adrian Santamaria, again, a new driver in the ACK. I haven't heard about this name before, and he's sitting in a comfortable 3rd with some purple sectors in him as well. So that's fantastic to see. Nico Tich is up into 5th, I believe, with Ben Paynes has recovered to 7th at the moment. I want to see that incident again. Ben Paynes has, in fact, even got purple in the 1st sector, so he is fighting back. But does Ben Paynes take the risk now, or does he do it later in the final? That's the question. Does he go for an early pit stop and tries to make his way back through? Looking down the order, we've got Peter Montan in 8th, Mikhail Vlashenko in 9th. Jamie Chase is actually up to 10th at the moment, so that's great for him at the moment. So he'll be starting towards the front of the B, you'd believe, with that sort of result. And, you know, this is what the preseason test's all about. It's about drivers who, you know, Jamie Chase is a regular in real karting, but in virtual karting, as far as I'm concerned, hasn't proved a lot at the moment. So, you know, these are the chances where he gets to get a feel of the car, see how the races work, and then when round 1 at Daytona Sandown comes round, he will be a fantastic driver to see drive. So we have 33 seconds to go in the race. We believe this could be the last lap of the race, as Zach Floyd has spun out. Oh, don't rejoin there, as we see a little bit of chaos down at the front bottom corner. All, unfortunately, for Zach Llewellyn, crashing on his qualifying lap, had to start towards the back, and now unfortunately is being lapped. But like I said, this is the test. You know, you have to expect these sort of things. We do believe this is going to be the last lap, but we're just waiting on Pierre Liggio. I think he's going to cross the line in just enough time to go again. So we're just checking, and I think it's going to be another lap. I'm just waiting on this information now. It's confusing. But I do believe there is going to be one more lap in this race, and yes, there is. Pierre Liggio is at the moment leading, and he will start on the front row of the final alongside Jim Paris. Now the question is, has Pierre Liggio got a faster lap time than Jim Paris to start in that pole position? And will it matter? That's the important thing, because, you know, starting on the inside or the outside depends on how well you get the launch as well. At the moment, we're seeing Louis Cruz up in 2nd place. That would be fantastic for him as well if that's true. As we've seen Nico Tich in 3rd, Adam Sherpa is in 4th. Ben Paynes very close behind Adam Sherpa there in 5th position. Ben Paynes, fantastic recovery from 1st on the grid. He dropped back to 8th, maybe even 9th. Now he's back up to 5th position. So it's been interesting so far to see the racing, but the finals where it counts. We will see a final tonight. It will be a slightly shorter final, because it's not a full championship event, and we just want to get the event done at this point, because it's been a few hours, I would say, on this. We expect it to be a bit shorter. But I do believe, yes, Pierre Liggio has won the race. Louis Cruz comes up in 2nd. That's a fantastic result for Louis Cruz, a new driver, I believe, to the series. Nico Tich finished in 3rd with a purple sector and a 57.7. Is that enough to put him on the inside for the final race? Adam Sherpa in 4th. We expected a bit more from Adam. He has fantastic pace, but only 4th place with Ben Paynes in 5th. Ben Paynes starting pole, but only now down in 5th position. But that's good enough for the A final, I believe. Looking through the sixth place with Hector and Vito in 7th, we're not sure where the A final is going to sit tonight, based on attendances. But Mikala finishes in 8th with Adrian Santamaria. Adrian Santamaria qualified 3rd, and now he's down to 9th at the moment, so we need to investigate that. Dennis finishing in 10th. Victor Sancho did take part in the race and finished 11th, with Jamie Chase finishing in 12th, and Zach Llewellyn, his best lap time not quite there at the moment for him, but a decent 13th on his first time out. So that's it from the second qualifying race. We will now go away and we will sort the grids for the final race. This time I can confirm we have all the Steam IDs. We don't have to go and chase people for the critical information to actually make this championship work, which might be an oversight from us, I'm not sure. But we will be back to you hopefully now a bit shorter time, and we will watch a final and we will wrap this up. So thank you everybody, and we'll see you soon. And hello everybody. It's been an exhausting night. We've run into so many issues, but we are finally here at the A final. And yeah, it's been one of those nights where we've been doing lots of testing, and you wouldn't get these issues in a real go-kart race. So there's a lot of things that we need to tackle, but we will fix them. And I'm just the one doing the commentary, so don't shoot the commentator on this one. But we're here with the A final. We've got F1 graphics for this one. Dunica had so much time, managed to go and get the graphics for the Formula 1 start timings, which is really cool. But we are waiting here for the A final. We have an order for you. Jim Paris will start on pole as he took the fastest lap in race A. We got Pierre Lichot, the kart creator. He will start second for this final. And in third place, we will have Bill Tusinodis, who had a fantastic race despite starting lower down the order. And then followed by Louis Cruz, who had a fantastic race, hopefully, if he is still around. Nico Titch will start fifth. Jacob Ecriel will be in sixth. Gabriel Quinter will start seventh. A disappointing performance from Adam Sherbet, but he will start eighth. Ben Paynes in ninth place. You expected a bit more from him considering he started pole for the first race. Slightly disappointed, but Ben Paynes will make it up the order, I'm sure.
We'll give them dingo.
And we are back, and we don't have long to go until the race. Sorry for that small intermission once again, but we have an order for you, and we will start from the top. We are still waiting for Jim Paris to join, but we believe he will be starting pole from Pierre Lichot in second. In third, we will have Bill Tusinodis, a fantastic effort for him once again to make himself back up the order. Looking down the order, disappointing drives such as Ben Paynes, should have been probably much further up there, considering he started first in the sprint race earlier in the night. But he had fantastic performances such as Jacob Ecriel. Jacob Ecriel told me before the race started he felt like he was going to be in the B final, and an A final was quite a hard target for him, but he is sitting there in 7th position for the race. Gabriel Quinter also down the order. He thought he was going to be a bit quicker than that, but then he also didn't expect to be that high. So Gabriel Quinter will be another driver. Another disappointing performance from Adam Sherbet. We expected more from him, sitting down there in 8th position. But we're almost ready now for the race. We're waiting. It's been a long night, and there's a lot of things we need to tackle, and we will make sure that coming into the next race, they are dealt with. Obviously, some things have been out of our control, but we will make sure for the first round of the season, in a week's time, everything will run a lot smoother. So practice is over. We're waiting for the race now. Hopefully that won't be too far away. Lots of people out on track. We do have 11 drivers in the final at the moment. In terms of looking for a winner, you would expect most drivers to be able to win this race, but it'd be the drivers that be able to negate the joker lap in the best way. They've got 2 joker laps they have to take during this race, and we're now on a countdown as we sit in the pit lane. After this countdown, they will form on the grid, and we will see the start of the race. So looking further into the future then for the ACK calendar, it's an exciting calendar. We start next week with Daytona Sandown, and that will be an interesting track, a popular track in the UK, but many drivers wouldn't have driven at that track before in real life. And you do have to question, can you learn in real life a track and then bring it to the sim? And I think the answer to that is yes. We've seen many drivers who have driven these tracks in real life come to the sim and say they know exactly how to take it. But for round 2, we got Vandel Go-Kart, which is a popular outdoor track over in Czech Republic. And in the 3rd round, we will have Team Sport Liverpool. We went to Team Sport Preston in Season 1. It was one of the best races of the season. But Team Sport Liverpool now is the next race, a very tight track. Interestingly enough, Team Sport Liverpool recently closed to be refurbished. And unfortunately, it's the old Team Sport Liverpool layout we're going to be using. Though it'd be great to see if a modder could bring Team Sport Liverpool, the new revitalized track, into Assetto Corsa. That would be great. And in round 4, we're expecting to go to South Garda, but we're on the grid now. It's still a bit of a break here. We've got a 2 minutes 30 countdown, which was to be unexpected, but we want everybody to be in the server. It looks like Jim Paris hasn't shown up yet, so we're currently looking at Pierre Liggio, who will be starting on pole position for this race, and the front row is unoccupied. Jim Paris does have 2 minutes now to join, so we're not sure if he's experiencing difficulties or it's just gone too late. But we are waiting now, just under 2 minutes to go. I'm getting information from my team that Paris has unfortunately gone, which leaves Pierre Liggio on pole, the mod creator. This is, by the way, the Sodi SR4 mod. It's a fantastic mod, and the car just feels so realistic to what you would expect a car to feel like if you've ever driven one of these in real life. So, with 1 minute 24 to go, we're waiting for the race to start. It's a 25-minute race. They'll have to complete 2 joker laps, which means they have to go through the pit lane. Oops. 2 joker laps, which means they have to go through the pit lane and out the other side, and hopefully they can Sorry, I'm experiencing difficulties on this side. we're full of difficulties tonight here on ACK, and we will hopefully fix my voice as well. So 45 seconds to go. Yes, it's a 25-minute race, I believe, or maybe yes, it is a 25-minute race with 2 joker laps. We're not sure who will be the winner of this race, but we will hopefully see some good action as we go. Just under 30 seconds to go now. We are waiting. So here we go. It's 6 lights in Assetto Corsa. You want to say who's going to get the better start, but we were going to say if Jim was here, who would get the better launch Anderson, but it's going to be Pierre Liggio, we believe, leading, as 6 red lights will go out to start the race. And here we go. Finally, time for the A final of the Assetto Corsa. After many hours of trying, we finally get some racing, but the race starts and Pierre Liggio goes to the outside. And he's been challenged for the first corner already, but he cuts him off straight away. From Bill Snow's, he goes into the first corner. No contact at all. Them very clean. We're looking towards the back just in case of any contact. It all seems okay. We've got someone on the grass at the back, but we're going to miss that as we go through the first sector, and we finish the first sector. Pierre Liggio still leads from Bill Snow to Nico Titch in 3rd. Nico Titch will be a driver who we're expecting to be the challenger for the win in this race. It's all looking very clean at the moment, as I see Victor Stanchev at the back. Victor Stanchev starting this race from the back, so he hasn't made many positions yet. As we go through towards the final sector of the track. Final sector. Now, you cannot pit on the first lap, so we're expecting every driver to finish this first lap. We'll be disappointed to see anybody pit at this point, as it will result in a DQ. But we finished first lap. Bill goes defensive, but he gets overtaken. Nikotic goes up to second place. Nikotic, one of the favourites to win this race, he will be chasing down Pierre Ligeot now. Pierre Ligeot not in an inflated position, but you would expect him not to be leading this race at the moment. Gabriel Quinter gets somebody down the inside of him. Jake Redgrall following Gabriel Quinter as well. As we see Adam Sherpin go up to 5th after the first lap. Ben Paynes up to 6th. A great effort so far from him. So, your top 3, Pierre Ligeot from Nikotic and Bill Snow just following him through. You'd want to work together at this point. Will we see anybody pot down? Somebody almost on the grass there, Ben Paynes. Ben Paynes holding up a train of 5 carts. Louis Cruz holding the back of that train as well. With Victor Sanchez trundling around on his own in the back in Sunday driving fashion. Now, will anybody take the Joker lap on their first opportunity? As we already head towards the first 2 minutes of the race gone. Yes, we do. We see Adam Sherpit come in. Adam Sherpit is in the pits. And is he going to be a good stop? He's going to come out relatively close behind the pack, but he has to do 2 Joker laps, so he will fall behind. As we follow now Jacob down the straight, Hugo Morales in 6th place. And the field is starting to spread out a little bit more now. We're starting to see drivers' lines come out, you know, their hot laps, should we say. As now we turn to the phase of the race where people are just trying to get into the groove of it, trying not to make any mistakes, and making sure they definitely don't make any contact or unnecessary overtakes and slow them down as the leaders then get away. Pierre Ligeot is leading, but Nikotic is chasing him down with 2 purple sectors on the last lap. We are 2 laps down. Will anybody take the Joker lap this time round? You'd expect Nikotic, he's a very fast driver. He'd want to stay out as long as he can and not get stuck in the middle of this pack. Pierre Ligeot is leading. He's sort of defending, but he's just not quite getting the line right. Will Nikotic take advantage of this as we go down the back straight now to start the 3rd lap? Nikotic setting purple sectors. It's been fantastic so far. Pierre Ligeot is defending. Brilliant to see so far. In such an early phase of the race, they're not working together. Nikotic wants the lead of this race, and to be honest with you, they've made a massive gap already, so Nikotic can afford to take time here to try and make an overtake. He hasn't got to be patient. Pierre Ligeot is having none of it though. He is making sure he is staying in the lead of this race. He wouldn't pit from the front. Gabriel Quinter stays 4th at the moment. He's staying out for as long as he can. Ben Payne's going on the move on the outside, but Gabriel will keep the inside. Hugo Morales is going to get involved in that. As we see the 2 leaders, it looks like Nikotic just starting to calm down a little bit now, making sure he's just not going to slow each other down, and then, you know, see Bill Snow just take advantage of this as they both complete another lap. No pit stops from the front 2. Pierre Ligeot, very wide lines, and Nikotic will be aware of this. Will Pierre defend on the straight? He will defend. Nikotic goes with him. He just goes wide. He's going to try and go for a cutback here. Will he go for the cutback, or will he just push his friend through? No, and he gets covered off. Bill Snow is closing in now, though. Will he decide to go for the pit stop? Now these 2 at the front are fighting. Nikotic goes down the inside, and there's a bit of contact, and there's a bit of sliding. Bill Snow is back in this race because of that. Pierre Ligeot keeps the lead. We haven't seen Pierre Ligeot lead a race in a very long time. I think since maybe even the early rounds of season 1. Bill Snow now is in this race again, though, as Gabriel Quinter stays 4th at the moment. So the top 3. You want to say they're working together, but they're not. One of them wants the lead, and they're willing to defend for it. As Bill's starting to get a little bit frisky behind Nikotic at the moment. They're not working together like you would expect at the moment. Gabriel Quinter, though, in a safe fall to Jacob Redgrall, falling them down. And they are teammates in real life. In BSR, you would expect them to work together, or at least be communicating. I'm sure they're communicating right now, saying, just listen, you know, we got a chance here. Maybe even the top 3 of these front 3 keep fighting. So, as we enter the 5th lap, fastest lap going to Nikotic with a 57.453. Pierre Ligeot only a 57.7, so he is down on the order at the moment slightly, which is disappointing to see. And at the moment, we've had an issue on stream. Just investigating what the issue is at the moment. We might have to go to an interval here. As we think we've had.
We'll give them Dingo. them Dinko.